What's going on, guys? Jonathan, EEF brand ambassador here. I'm going to make a quick video on how to disassemble the center console of a 3rd gen Toyota Tundra. Okay, so I'm inside my personal vehicle. It's a 2022 Tundra TRD Pro. There's different consoles for different trim levels. I think the Capstone and the Platinums have a different design, like right here. However, the disassembly process should be very similar. So first thing we'll do is we'll lift up this console lid, and then we want to pay attention to these side bolsters right here. These side bolsters are going to pull right off the center console out towards the sides of the vehicle, just like this. There's one. Pay attention to these red clips throughout this process, as those are very important. You want to make sure that they stay on inside the panel, so you can reattach them when we reassemble. Again, fastener side. Next part is going to be right here on the side of this console storage area. These little trim pieces, they pull up straight towards the roof of the vehicle, and they're held on with 3 little clips there. And on that side as well. The next section really isn't that difficult. We're going to pay attention on this. It can be difficult if you're trying to pull out the retaining clip in there. However, we figured out from watching other YouTube videos that the easiest way to do this is to push the boot down straight so it disengages from the shifter. And you're going to reach in and you're going to feel for like a little metal tab. I usually use my pinky here. When you feel that, push it away from the center and it'll just slide right off. I'm not sure if you can see inside there, but there is like a little C-clip that goes around with the little tabs out here to the side. And so as you pull those out, it disengages their center the shifter. Next section is I'm actually going to get my trim tool. And we're going to pay attention to this center bezel right here. Let me disconnect my radio. And this is going to be removed by pulling straight towards the rear of the vehicle. There are several clips to pay attention to, primarily back here and then all around the edge here. This can be a little bit of a bear, considering there's no room to stick fingers, and if you get your fingers caught or you get your fingernail kind of in there, it can be quite painful. Another thing you want to pay attention to is this section, like kind of like right here. It's kind of a soft plastic, so you don't want to be prying on a whole lot. So what I'm going to do with my trim tool, I just have a standard hook tool, wider, to kind of minimize any kind of damages. And I'll just kind of like wrap it up in plastic. EEF chargers come with like anti-static film. That's another thing that's pretty good about to help protect against your plastic right here. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back a little bit right here, slide that in, and gently pry it back until I can get a finger behind it. And once I do that, I'll go around this side and I'll just gently pull back towards the rear of the vehicle, and it'll pop right out. And then I can start working my way around. Same thing on that side. It's kind of hard to get in there because the clips are on there so tight. I'll put my tool right there and gently pull towards the rear of the vehicle until it slides off and it comes out of the vehicle. Set that away for a second. Okay, so the next section we're going to concentrate on is this switch panel right here, along with the emergency brake. Like I said before, I have a dual, so I'm just going to temporarily take this out. Set that off to the side. Now for your vehicles, if you have a QI enabled vehicle from the factory, you'll see like this little block right here. That's where your factory QI charger goes. If you didn't have one, then it's just going to be a flat panel right here. Regardless though, we're still going to need to take this out as well. So the first thing we're going to do is just reach in there and pull back towards the center, or excuse me, the rear of the vehicle. And then once that comes out, you'll see 2 cords. There's one here and and one here. So the driver's side cord, you probably don't want to disconnect, only because it's attached to the emergency brake. I had found a couple times that when I disconnected and reconnected it, it kind of forced it in there when I started it up. Eventually it went away, but I just think it has to do with the position of the emergency brake, and it kind of confuses the truck a little bit until it gets reset. So just to avoid that small little headache, I'm just going to disconnect that one, and we'll take this and rotate it out the way and set it off to the side. And the final piece to come out is going to be the center console stack here. Easiest thing to do is just reach in there, lift straight up towards the top of the truck, and then we'll pull it out. Once you get up front here, you're going to want to kind of pull it out towards the rear. Shifter. And then again, we don't have to disconnect anything, so we'll just set it off to the side just like that. The final piece to come out is going to be this trim piece, and if it didn't come out with this, it'll definitely come out now. Again, just pull out towards the rear of the vehicle. And it'll slide out, and then you'll notice a little retention clip for the harness that's connected to this, and that slides right out, and then you'll have your piece ready for installation of whatever it is that you need. If it's the V1, V2, you'll slide it in behind here, and we'll go over positioning in a different video. Okay guys, so I got this out, and I'm just going to put this back in exactly how it is, how I took it out. I'm going to time lapse it just so you can see just how easy and how quickly it should be. Obviously it's going to be sped up, but it's still going to take no more than 5 or 10 minutes. So let's go. Okay, so I'm going to slow down the video real quick because there is one part that I want to mention, an area that you might want to pay attention to, and that is when reinstalling this trim piece right here. You'll notice there's red retention clips right here at the rear of this piece. The easiest way for me to do it to make sure that everything goes in the way it should is I'll just kind of rest it there in a general position, and then I'll push down on this trim piece against the console because I want to make sure that these rear ones seat first before I worry about up front, because if you get this whole thing up front and you realize that these are poking out in the back, you're going to have to remove it all over again and try again. So the easiest way to do that, like I said, is I'm going to push down on this rear section. I'm going to guide the rear part in as I'm pushing forward, and it's going to snap into place. Again, same thing on this side. So it's in place, and then I can work around the front and just make sure everything's snapped into place. And let's carry on. Okay guys, so there you have it. This has been the general disassembly and reassembly process for the 3rd generation Toyota Tundra. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time to EEF directly via their website or myself on Instagram, front_range_pro, or you can hit me up on tundras.com. It's been a pleasure doing this video for you. I look forward to doing a lot more and showing you more products from EEF in the near future, as well as going over some of the current product lineup that they do have. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.